Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a game review today. Forgive me if I've got a bit more of a lisp than normal. I've got a broken tooth at the moment, so that's a little bit annoying. So we're going to have a little bit of a review of a game called Badia, Desert Survival. Now, I actually have been following this developer for some time. Just want to put a disclaimer out there. I received a copy of this game for free from the developers. So I'm going to do a bit of a review here to see what it's like. So what we're going to do is jump right into it and see what we got. Okay, so I'm going to do some voice narration over the top of the gameplay here. The gameplay was not so engaging, so I thought I'd go through a few important things. I want to be looking at the gameplay, the visuals, and the overall enjoyment. And on the screen in a moment, you'll see what I've rated the game in those three areas. And then we'll go into a little bit more of a breakdown. Overall, the game isn't terrible. It's certainly not good by any standard either, and I don't mean that to be mean, I really don't. The developers clearly have put a lot of effort into this, but it's just not quite there yet. So now I'm going to go through some of the key features I think are important. You'll also see these on the screen as well. I gave this a 3 out of 10 for gameplay, because it wasn't very engaging and it wasn't very good to play. The controls weren't so great, the mechanics weren't so great. The visuals I gave out a 5 out of 10 because, to be totally honest, the game looks okay. There's some very, very nice POIs, there's some very, very nice looking towns and settlements, so that was probably the best part about the game. And overall enjoyment, I also gave it out a 3 out of 10 because I really didn't enjoy myself too much playing this, and I probably wouldn't play it again. I played it for about 50 minutes in total, and that was more than enough. So you're going to see a few of the points I just mentioned somewhat repeated on the next step here, because on the screen now you'll see a further breakdown of what I've rated. So under gameplay I've rated mechanics, and overall mechanics work, but they're not always super smooth, so they're not the best. Especially the combat. The combat is... It really needs some serious work for it to be a little bit more fun. Repetitiveness, I thought it got boring pretty quickly. And as I said, I played about 50 minutes. I didn't get much enjoyment from that. Interactive, yes, it's quite interactive because you've got a crafting system, you've got a looting system, you've got a pretty decent inventory system. No problems there, to be honest. The level design, I rated that very good. I'm saying that it's very good because the map looks nice, the textures could do with a bit of work, but the map itself was really great. What about controls? Well, I put that the controls simply act like any other survival game, but they're very clunky and poorly optimized, and that is pretty true. Let me see here. Progression. What I found when I played it over the 15 minutes was there wasn't much progression. You can make a little lean-to, you can make a tent, and then you can make a slightly better tent. And eventually you can make a really nice tent. That's about it. There's not much progression. Let's see, next we went down to menu. It's a very basic menu and it's functional. There's nothing special about it for me. DUI is also simple, very easy to use. I would say there was no problems there. And the performance, I had it on the highest graphics, ultra everything, and I was getting 120 frames per second at some points. The video you're seeing in the background fluctuates between 115 and 130. Really, really good performance, actually. That's all I've got for gameplay. I'm now going to move down to aesthetics. I'm hoping this kind of review is a bit more helpful for someone that actually wants to buy this. So aesthetics, we've got graphics. Overall not terrible, but for a 4-year-old game the textures look a little blurry, a little pixelated, and in some cases you'll see this, especially the wall in the first settlement. You can really tell it's a dated texture. I would say that personally the only thing that needs to fix that is some updated resolution textures and some higher quality textures, maybe some 4K or 2K, just slightly better in that area, and make it look a bit nicer. Cinematics, I didn't rate that because there weren't any, therefore I can't rank that category. Character animation, I put that the animations are one of the biggest parts that let the game down, and take away from the... I put colour, I meant what could be nice. I take away from what could be a nice game. The character animations, they're not very good. The animal animations are even worse, to be totally honest. So they all really let it down big time. The environment animation I put very good, because when you get the sandstorms, when you get the rain, the sound effects, it all sounds really good. The music gets a little bit repetitive, but I can completely overlook that because it doesn't affect the gameplay. And finally, I've got down the colour palette, which I put really matched very well for its chosen environment, because it does. It looks nice, it looks like a desert, it serves its need. And finally, what I leave that on is, would I buy this? To be honest, I think no. I would say it needs some vast improvements before it's worth £15, because it was a £15 game in total, which is quite a lot for a game that's still in alpha and has been for such a long time. So in no way am I shitting on the developers. I think it's a decent game, I just don't think it's quite there yet. So I wouldn't be buying it. I've left a review on the Steam page. I think it's fair. I'm not attacking anyone, I'm not attacking the game, I'm just giving it a fair, honest review of the bits I found good and the bits I found bad. And you'll see everything I say there. You'll see You'll see my rating on the screen anyway, so you better check that for yourselves. If you found the video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could think about leaving a like or subscribing, or even just a comment. Have you played the game? What do you feel about it? You can see the walls I was talking about on the screen right now. They're just not quite there. But I'm going to leave the video here. I don't see much point in uploading the full 20 minutes, because you're just going to see me going around and doing aimless stuff. So I will leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day, look after yourselves, and tune in next time.
يا مرحبا ومسهلا.
يا مرحبا يا مرحبا.
يا هلا بالضيف.